Hi guys, it's Deb from Aussie Maille. It's 7 o'clock on a Saturday, which means it's our live demonstration session. I can see a few of you are in chat waiting for us to turn up. I'll just pop out chat so I can see you all. Okay, oh gosh, Lord, look at yous. Hey Donna and Leanne and Elizabeth, Di and Thea, Joe, hey Wes, I can see Natalie. Who else have we got? Jenny, Susie. Hello, Susie. Hey, Kim. Hey, Stephen. Good to see you. Hey, Dana. Marion. Little Leonie. Okay, fantastic. All right, how are we all today? I hope we're surviving the humidity levels. Oh, hey, Stephen. I'm a sucker for anyone that calls me pretty. I'm glad you could make it, Leonie. Hey, Shirley, it's good to see you. Hi, Susie, I saw you. I saw you, don't you worry. All right, fantastic. Yeah, we've been trying to hide from the humidity today. The temperature hasn't been too bad, but the humidity's just about killed us today. Mr. Wes. Hey, Elaine from Scotland. Glad you could join us. What time is it in Scotland, can I ask? Looking fresh as a ripe banana. Oh, thank you, Kira. That's my darling daughter, by the way. She thinks I look as fresh as a ripe banana. Not well, not well. What's up, Shirley? Going to miss it. The marina delivering a needle case to a sailor in the clipper around the world. Okay. Hey, Owen, I can see you. Retta, good to see you. All right. Well, we might start 8:02 a.m. Oh, that's not too bad then. That's not too bad.
Yeah. Morning cup of coffee.
That's a decent. Oh, a cup of coffee. I could do with a cup of coffee. Make me a cup of coffee, Elaine. All right. Well, we might make a start then. It's just as humid in Canberra. All right. It's the humidity today is shocking. The temperature doesn't feel so bad, but you just stand and you're wringing wet. Bring on winter is all I can say. All right, so we've been playing around with the camera today, trying to get a little bit of a better setup. I'm not sure we've actually succeeded, but bear with us tonight. Coffee, I know, Wes. I could do with a coffee, really could. I've only had one today. Yes, Hazel, you've got it. Brilliant.
Oh, excellent.
Excellent to see you. Scotch, oh no, not before I mail Retta. I'm not a real Scotch girl anyway. Got plastered on it once and haven't touched it since, so. You'll have a coffee too, Stephen? Well, apparently Elaine's going to make them for us. Hey, Owen. Yeah, I'm a fan of winter too, and Thea. As soon as all my kids are done with school, I'm heading to Tassie. I'm out of here. I'm going to Tassie where 33 degrees is a heat wave. All right, ladies and lasses, lasses and lads, that's what we do. I'll swap this over to the other camera. And yeah, drinkies for Q&A nights. That'll make it interesting.
Yeah.
That'll make it interesting. Son number 2 is just starting to make cocktails, so I'll have to get him to make me a cocktail. Lived there 6 years, nice and cool. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for, Anthea. I don't do heat, I really don't. Looks like everybody wants coffees. Invent new waves. I think Stephen, it would be me dropping rings and a lot of F-bombs actually if I was to drink before I started mailing. So you're having ice cream, Hazel? Oh, that's brilliant. I'd love some cool air, Elaine. We've had some terrible temperatures here recently. What did it get up to the other day? 47 degrees Celsius. Not good. All right, I will swap this over and we better make a move. Okay. All right, so Rosetta it's not really a Byzantine variant, but it looks similar to Byzantine. and that's the way I make it. There is a couple of different ways to make Rosetta up. I do the flip back like you do with Byzantine. Others do it more like a shaggy loop. I'll show you the way I do it first in the tutorial, and then if we haven't run over time, I'll give you a quick demo of the other way. So just looking at the pieces, so this is 14 gauge AWG 1.6 mil. Now the suggested ring size is 5.5. I've actually made this one in 5.2. I like it a little bit tighter than what the suggested AR is. I'm going to weave tonight in 5.5, so we'll be able to see what that looks like. But this is it with 5.2 mil ID. So it's a nice tight weave. Now 16 gauge, this is it in the suggested 4.25 mil. So you can see the movement in the wings. As I said, I like it. I mean, it's perfectly fine like that. It still holds its shape, still as recognizable as the weave. But as you know, I like my weaves to be a little bit denser. So I did it in 16 gauge 1.2 5/32. And you can see there's not as much movement in those wings. There is a little bit still, but not as much. And the 5/32 of course allows you to incorporate colour, where the 4.25 is the straight silver option. I couldn't find my straight 18 gauge 3.5 version, but I did up a 9/64, which is 3.57 mils. So again, movement there in the wings. If you wanted to tighten that up, you would go down to an 18 gauge 3.25 mil. Just to tighten those wings up a little bit. Hey Silver, good for you to join us. Yeah, Chris has got the aircon sitting right on top of him. I don't. And this one is 20 gauge, 0.8 mil, and the ring ID is 2.75. And I find in this size the movement in the wings is minimal, so you know you wouldn't necessarily go down a gauge in that. I'm having trouble getting this to pick this up. I don't know whether it's the black background, but it's not picking it up that well. Okay, all right, so we'll start weaving. So as I said, I'm going to do it in 14 gauge in the suggested size of 5.5. Just so you can see the difference between the 5.25. So we start by making a chain of two rings. So we want 4 pairs of rings in a chain. So if you just want to whip that up. So this is quite a simple weave. It's actually probably my best-selling tutorial, especially on Etsy. I have sold quite a lot of this particular weave. It seems to be very popular. Okay, one more pair. Yeah, the 20 gauge is lovely. It's a beautiful, delicate little weave. Okay, so we've got our chain of 2, 2, 2, and 2. Grab yourself a twist tie or a paper clip, whatever it is that you use. Give yourself a little bit of a handle, just like that. Okay, and now we want to, like we would in Byzantine, we're going to flip our endmost pair of rings back. And we're going to squish them so that we're looking at the edge of all our rings, our 4 rings there. So that's 1, 2 that we put back, and that pair of rings there. And then taking one of our opened rings, we want to scoop up all those 4 rings that I've just pointed out to you. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Close that up. So your work looks like this. You're going to flip that around to the other side. And we want to do the same again on the other side. So going through 1, 2, 3, 4 rings. Oh, and we don't punch the camera. That wasn't clever.
You okay?
Yes, no blood.
Good, good.
I'm not sure the camera angle is going to be good now after I punched it. Alright, so we've got those 2 rings that we've just placed there. This leaves us with 4 rings here. What we want to do is put our next ring through these 2 here. Okay, so grabbing an open ring, putting it through those pair of rings there. And just like in Byzantine, wherever you put one ring, there's another one. So we'll put 2 in there. Yeah, Stephen, it was aimed at you. I've totally ruined the needs to pop up a bit. No, that's too much. Oh, I don't know what I've done. I've completely, we spent all this time getting this camera angle right, and then I've filled it with one punch. Okay, so we put 1 pair of rings in there. We need another pair to go through the end. Oh. You punch the camera frequently, Caitlin? Oh dear. And I haven't even been drinking. That's the truly sad part of it all. Imagine what I'd get up to if I actually drank. Alright, so we've got 2 pairs of rings, and we want to add 1 more pair of rings. Okay. If you want cold, you could go to the Antarctica. Yeah, thanks, Owen. You're trying to get rid of me. Alright, so we've got 3 pairs of rings that we've just added to our piece. Again, we're going to fold back the endmost pair of rings, positioning it so that we've got these 4 rings showing their edges to us. And taking up an open ring, we're going to feed that through all of those 4 rings. As you can see there, just those 4 that are showing their edges. And we're going to close that ring up. We're going to flip our work over, and we're going to repeat the same on the other side. One, 2, 3, 4. Close it up. And that's it. And we pretty much rinse and repeat. Have I missed something?
Kiwi Puddles asked a question.
Daryl?
Yeah.
Would it be quicker with pre-closing when adding the 2, 2, 2? Yeah, if that's the way you want to do it, go for it. Depends if you like preparing rings. It would, you know, you can prepare some closed rings beforehand, pop them on, so you've got the chain. If I was doing this myself with rings that weren't prepared, I'd probably put a couple of, you know, unopened rings on top of that and then just work it through that way. I tend to just open my rings in preparation for this. This is not necessarily the way I would weave it myself. Okay, so you just put 3 pairs of rings in again. Okay. So 2 pairs, 1 more. Okay, so we've got our 3 pairs of rings, and again, just fold back. So you've got the 4 edges showing towards you. You just saw cat ears wander past. That might have been Chris walking out of the room. Chris stepped out of the room for a few minutes. Okay, flip it over the other side. And feed a ring through that 4. Okay, so that's it. So you can see with the 5.5, the movement in the wings there is a little bit more than the movement in the 5.25. Chris has cat ears. So I have a very good photo of Chris wearing reindeer antlers while he was asleep. It's the image that pops up on my phone when he rings. It's the closest he's got of cat ears.
No one wants to see that.
It's a very cute picture. Things you... Alright. Rodney, I will show you another way where you don't have to do the flip. But I'll do that after I give the prize away. So as you can see, this is the 5.25. It is harder to weave. There's less room to maneuver your pliers in there, but it's, as you can see, those wings aren't flapping around as much. The 5.5, although it looks perfectly fine as a weave, there is a little bit more movement. So it's just up to you, personal preference. Sizes I've listed in the tutorial are the calculated sizes. It's up to you to have a little bit of play and see what you like. Okay, so what I'll do now before I show you the other way of doing it is to do a giveaway. So I know you guys have, or some of you guys probably will have seen the new ring packs that we've put up on the website. We've also got these spiffy single layer containers that we bought in. We haven't 100% decided what to do with these ones yet, so I thought I'd take the chance to give one of these away tonight. So these come with a locking system. This purple bit that you can see here, you can't open these without unlocking them first, certainly without breaking this. It takes quite a lot of strength to open these without it. What you do is you give this little button here a push, and while you push that in, you can open the box. So all the rest will stay locked until such time as you push that in and pull the lid up. So you've got to be holding that in at the same time that you're opening up the lids. So we've got one of these to give away tonight. So these are single 7 compartments. You'd probably get a good, what, 30 grams easy of rings in these ones. These are bigger than these are the kits that we're giving away. Oh, we're not giving away, we're selling. Get excited here. So these are the kits that we're selling. It's a double-sided one, but the boxes are smaller. They take 20 grams at the most of each one, depending on the ring sizes. These ones are significantly larger. You'd get 30, maybe 40 grams, depending on the ring size in each of these. So if you want to go into the draw for this tonight, while I'm at a loss of what to do with these, just type in while we're live Lets me think. What would you store in one of these containers? Type that answer in the comments here while we're live. As I said, we're thinking of actually maybe making a scales pack out of them. So putting some small scales in, selling them as a scale pack. What else? What would you like to see? What would you store in these? Good for medications. That's actually what they're for, I think, Brett. Originally, they've been relabeled as Craftmates Lockables, but we discovered that they've got braille numbers on them, and we think that's for the day. They have, 1 and 2 and 3, especially the ones with 14. These ones look a little bit different. They don't look like they start with a 1, but the 14 pack go from 1 to 7 in braille numbers. So I think that's what they were originally for, was for medication.
The soles of my enemies.
The soles of... I don't think this would hold the soles of my enemies.
Do they come in different colours?
I eat the soles of my enemies.
I accept mine.
Okay. So yeah, just pop your answer in there. Tomorrow over coffee I will sign a random number to you guys and pull one out and let you know tomorrow who's the winner. Gemstones, yeah, gemstones would be lovely. Seed beads, it'd hold quite a lot of seed beads actually, Donna. Quite a lot of seed beads. Charms and findings, yeah, actually they'd be really good options as well. Alcohol ink scales. Yep. I'm gonna do some more playing around with alcohol inks. M&Ms by colour. Oh god, no, I don't care what colour my M&Ms are, I just eat them. EPDM rings, yep, brilliant. Please start selling them. Well, we haven't decided whether we're going to sell them empty or we're going to sell them with something in them. I actually really like them. I think they're going to be brilliant containers. So we may look at getting more in. We'll just see how these ones go. Okay, or AA 16 gauge various sizes. Okay. All right, so while you guys are typing that in, I will show you another way of making Rosetta, which doesn't need you to do that flip. Turkish delights for Chris. Okay, all right, so with the other way of doing it, you start off with a 2-2-2-2 chain, obviously the length of the bracelet that you need. Okay, so I've already just whipped this one up in advance. Then, just like you were making, say, shaggy loops, you would... Suck up, please. You would put one ring through the first pair. So I've got a single ring up here at the top, that's why I'm skipping that. But you would put it through the first pair of rings, one on one side, close it up, one on the other side, okay, close it up. So you've got what looks sort of like a shaggy loop starting now. That then gives you those 4 rings facing you that we were talking about previously. So taking another open ring, we would feed it through, I'm going to just turn this around because it's easier for me. Feed it through those 4 rings. Close it up. Flip it over to the other side. Taking another ring, feed it through those 4 rings. Close it up. And that does the same thing. So then you would just move down to the next ones that you would in the weave. Put the 2 rings off the side, slip the ring through. Okay, so that's just another way of doing it. As I said, that's not the way I chose to do it, but it's certainly an acceptable way of doing it. Okay, is everybody clear with that? Looks like we're all still talking about chocolate. They're not that big. I want much larger portions of chocolate than that, to be honest. All right, so I'm going to take that as done then.
Oh, Hazel's keen for them.
12 empty cases. Oh, I don't have 12 now. I only had 12 to start with, and I'm giving one away, so I only have 11 now. So did that help, Rodney? Did you need me to go any further with that? Did you understand how to do that second way? So you would just add another pair of loose rings either side, put the ring through it, blah, 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 down and down we go. It just depends on which way you want to do it. I'm not sure one is faster than the other. Because you make the chain, then you go back, you add the loose rings, you add the other rings through it. It's just whatever your preference is. Okay, so just to show you again, this one's 14 gauge 5.25, just a little bit tighter, but that's the way I like the weaves. You can see the 5.5 there, the movement in the wings. 16 gauge 4.25, again that's the calculated size, movement there in the wings. If you want to go a little bit tighter and incorporate some colour into it, 16 gauge 5/32, 3.97 is a really good size to choose. 18 gauge is 3.5 mil, or if you want to incorporate colour, 9/64, 3.57. It is the looser size, but it still makes a nice weave. And of course 20 gauge, you go down to 2.75, or if you want colour you would use 7/64 in there. It won't make any difference to the tight. Oh, a better way for a tighter weave. Honestly, Daryl, I don't know, because I don't make it that second way. I don't see that it would be any different, because you're still putting that same ring through the same spot. So it's not a complete, that step, which is, the step that it might be tighter on, it's still going through that same spot there. I'm really glad you could visit us, Elaine, though, and enjoy your day. And thanks for popping in. Alright, so hopefully everybody's got that. Not a difficult weave, but as I said, it's one of my best-selling tutorials on Etsy. I have sold a bunch of them, over the years. So it seems to be a very popular product. Okay. Alright, so everybody should hopefully be getting their, I'm pleased you got the comments worked out too, Hazel, it's good to see you. Everybody should be getting their subscription packs for those that have subscribed for February. Remembering February is the start of our new Mail Club benefit system, so as of the 1st of February, everybody who is a paid up member from February will get their 5% discount on or full priced items. So that doesn't include any of our ring packs, our kit packs, or anything in the clearance section. You would have noticed, for those that have got the kits, you've got the 2 lots of kits. Our first week, I think we've actually got 5 pieces. How many did we put in there? Or 4 pieces?
I thought we went 5.
4, no, there's 4 pieces. There's 4 pieces that we're making in that first kit, 2 pieces in the second kit for week 3. I haven't at this stage, guys, made up my mind what week 2 is going to be. It will probably be one of the weaves that we didn't do in December. So one of the ones from your kits in December that we didn't do, just so we can get those videos up on YouTube. So that's probably what we'll do, is one of those ones. And then week 4, of course, is our Q&A session. So we've got people that are starting to give us ideas for that. We've had a request for a couple of quick demonstrations and things. So send us your ideas. So we've got a bit of content. It's not just me sitting there going, looking blankly at Chris. All right, so that's starting up next week. So the subscription will open up again on the 1st of Feb.
4 more days.
4 more days, Chris tells me. So it'll open up on the 1st of Feb. Now, if you subscribe in February, your benefits won't start until March. So your benefits are your subscription for the month that the subscription is for, not the month that you subscribed in. It's just a little easier for us to keep a handle on that. And I think that's probably it. Sound good? Chris can sing and dance for us if we run out of ideas. He could play the guitar for us, or we could set up his drums. We could always drum for us.
Yeah, that'd be fun. 10
gauge 1-inch rings in. We actually don't cut those ones ourselves at the moment, Anthea. We do have to order those in because we can't get that thickness of wire in Australia. As soon as we put an order into that supplier, which will hopefully be sometime this week is what I'm aiming for. We got a couple of things from that supplier that we need to get our hands on. So 2 to 3 weeks would be my best case scenario for those rings.
How many does she need? Because she wants lots. Let us know.
Yep, all right. So yeah, just let us know how many you need in case it's more than we would normally get in. We're probably getting a larger amount in than we normally would. But just let us know what you want. Put the reindeer ears on. I'm not sure we've got them anymore. I have to pull out the Christmas boxes again. But yeah, he was sleeping in one morning, so we stuck the reindeer antlers on him and took a photo of him. It's very cute. All right. So thanks for coming along, guys. 5 packets. All right, Anthea, no problem whatsoever. So like I said, it probably will be 2 to 3 weeks before we get that particular product in. I wish we could cut them ourselves, but we can't get wire that thick in Australia. So we actually get somebody else to make those rings for us. It's just easier than trying to import the wire in at this stage. All right, thanks very much, guys, for tuning in. Next week, on Wednesday, we'll let you guys know what that fast weave is. And we'll do that on both Facebook and YouTube, so you'll know what it is, and we'll catch up with you through the week on Aussie Mailers. So thanks very much for popping in. Really do appreciate it, guys. Stay cool, stay dry, and we will catch you all next week. All right, take care. Bye.